This is the sporting paradise that is London 2012's Olympic Park, and tucked away from public view, this is the main press centre and international broadcast centre, home to the over 20,000 journalists from all over the world covering the London Olympics. Now, our small share of those 20,000, covering Team GB's very large share of the gold medals, is based here in the International Broadcast Centre. The BBC has its own little corner of it. Let's go and take a look. So this is it then, the Nations and Regions operation. We're working alongside sport over there and news over here, but our job is to put out bespoke lives, packages and interviews to all 13 television regions and 40 local radio stations.
Might be possibility you're going to go live in the stadium from the news position for Sports Day, maybe using the balcony.
I can ask them to look out for Ashley Ball, yeah. I'm the producer for the English regions. I'm coordinating the bids from local radio stations and the regional TV stations. Literally hundreds a day. We're coordinating emails and phone calls and trying to deal with the relevant athletic bodies that deal with all of this. Obviously, we've only got 3 reporters, so we can't get from the English region, so we can't get to everything. Particularly tricky for us is medalists, because obviously local radio stations and regional TV stations want to talk to their medalists as soon as they possibly can. Unfortunately, so do a whole lot of other media. So trying to coordinate that can have its moments.
But at 18:38, we're going to have BBC London doing Gemma Gibbons live.
This is the NNR MCR, where we deal with coordinating all like line feeds and bookings and anything to service the regions. We also help out news. This afternoon we've got stuff coming from the Athletes Village, going to 3 or 4 different regions, so hopefully we can get everything covered.
These boys were here to play their game.
So for 2012 we've got 5 edit suites directly connected to the sport production system. However, this year, for the first time ever, we are able to see all that media out on site in all our English regions bases and request the media direct onto our servers.
Go, 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 go.
We operate not just in the Olympic venues, but also outside the fence. This is Lung Point, a block of flats just outside the Olympic Park. The top 4 floors have been converted to studios, and 5 of these are used daily by nations and regions.
For us now.
We've had up to 24 live broadcasts a day from them alone, right through the games, enabling regional presenters and guests to anchor their local coverage live from the Olympics.
Nothing is too much trouble for them. They've absolutely gone out of their way to make us feel at home and to provide a thoroughly professional service.
From the first event of the Games to this, the very last, we've been right around London getting interviews, gathering stories and doing lives into regional bulletins. And it's been quite good fun as well. And although the triumphs of the British cycling team were crowned in that velodrome, they were created, constructed in a velodrome in Manchester.
Have you allowed yourself a pat on the back?
Not a pat on the back particularly, but I have had a shandy.
Rebecca Adlington, fresh from 2 bronze medals. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, I definitely feel a bit more better this morning. Everybody's support has just been so overwhelming. Thank you.
Often during the 2 weeks we've been sent by BBC Sport to the mixed zone, our job to get the competitors when they finished, whether they've won or lost.
Yeah, it was awesome. Everyone's been fantastic. We couldn't have done it without them. They've been so good throughout the whole tournament. So thanks, everyone.
You're an Olympic gold medalist.
I am. That's really weird to say that. I'm an Olympic gold medalist. How strange. Thanks very much.
Congratulations.
Dad!
Well done! Well done! Oh my God!
And we have done it in style. Great Britain, the Olympic champion.
Well, here at Eton Dorney, there's been a team dedicated to rowing and canoe sprint. My cameraman Dave Edwards and I have been doing mixed zone interviews, wrestling with these guys for 2 weeks. And Tim Deller has been covering radio. We arrived hoping for drama and for medals, and Team GB didn't disappoint. And just a final word on all the people at home, all the support, and your mum and dad.
It's been fantastic, thank you. I did my best. I hope I did you proud.
And Anna Watkins and Catherine Granger win Olympic gold in a thrilling finish.
Meanwhile, here in Weymouth and Portland at the Olympic Sailing Regatta, we have another Shoot Edit cameraman and a reporter providing lives in two ways for Nations and Regions radio and television.
One of the great things that we find at this Olympics is how fast we can actually get files to any region. So that's rushes or a complete package sent from our laptops or edit stations directly to whichever region requires the material.
Yeah, I've got Gail Evans here now. I've got the title of Voice of the Games for BBC Local Radio. I'm doing upwards of 50 hits a day to the local radio stations, giving them some really unique content on their athletes, who they've followed for the last 4 years, and sometimes I'm out in the park. Often I'm in venues and stadiums to provide the atmosphere of the games to a really local audience. And when I'm not doing this, I'm producing talent to give an insight into the games for mid-morning and afternoon shows.
And outside the fence here at the Cherry Park Radio Hub, we're serving every local radio station, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, and all the network stations. They're hosting shows, interviewing guests and talking to the public. You should be able to hear Richard when he talks to you now.
That gives you a small insight as to how BBC English Regions and the Nations did London 2012. Without a doubt, the biggest project we've ever undertaken. It was brilliant to be a small part of it, the team were fantastic, but most importantly of all, the audience loved what they heard and watched, thanks to our team.
It's BBC Scotland, this is our Scottish athlete.
1 minute. Just mention I'm sorry.
Chris, how proud a moment is this for you?
Incredibly proud.
Well, Usain Bolt has just walked in and he's headed just over there to have his lunch.
Let me shake the hand of Britain's greatest Olympian. Oh, and a lovely embrace as well from Victoria Pendleton.
This is Kerdy Nidsan for Reporting Scotland.
I'm just finally glad I've got it now, really, so I can go back and be proud.
To actually be here and to have won is just an unbelievable feeling.